I have an improvised maple syrup processing plant set up here. I had struggles with trying to deal with the snow. My previous plans are scrapped. I had to get this going. I had to get it going in a hurry. So I've got this big, well here, perfect example. I was hoping it wouldn't be melted. My bucket was frozen solid, so the sap is absolutely preserved. You see that big chunk of ice? It's absolutely preserved. All my sap is perfectly fine, and my, yeah, it was all frozen. So I'm going to go gather, I'm going to take you with me, and we're going to gather some maple sap from some of my trees out here. Forgive me if I walk too fast or shake too much. I have to remember not to do that. So I've got a bucket I just washed out. Now remember, everything has to be clean. Cleanliness is important, so I will keep it clean. Do my best to make sure it stays sterile, everything in a sterile environment. So we've got to check these stations over here. That one's overfilled. Caught up in a tree. This one's overflowing. We've got perfect condition right now, and the sap is flowing like a faucet. It is insane. I've got to work fast. Okay, get this back on here and stop losing my valuable fluid. Okay, now this one I'll take over in the cooling area. I'm rotating them out based on freshness. I've got my buckets over here. This has never yet seen footage of me harvesting my maple sap. I've got my buckets here. It's not perfectly neat, but what I've got is oldest to newest. So we're going to empty this bucket and give it a rinse so we can put the sap, or take and harvest the sap from that tree over there, which is also overflowing. I have dropped my electric fence so I can walk back and forth. You've got good days and bad days for maple sap. Today is a good day. It was below freezing last night, and today is above freezing. And this sap is flowing. I've got about 30, 40, 50 gallons, about 30, 40, maybe 40, 45 gallons of sap I have to process. Up till now, the weather has not been optimal, and the sap hasn't been flowing much, and everything's been pretty much just frozen. I've got to build this fire up too. Okay, there's a big mess. See, it's got ice on it. It's not as frozen as the other though. It's already starting to boil. To evaporate, I should say. That's a big tub. Took 5 gallons like nothing. Actually, there's 10 gallons in there right now. 10 gallons of sap in there. Now we rinse this bucket. Oh, what a mess. Gotta clean up the property too. Spring is here. A lot of stuff to put away and clean up. Alright. Now, I'm not sterilizing, I'm just giving it a quick rinse because this stuff is rotating out so fast now. But I had to sterilize them when I started. You start out with clean, sterile containers when you start out. Right now, rinse and go, rinse and go. Keep these buckets swapped out. Forgive me if I'm too shaky on the action camera. I know some people complain. Got to go in this way. The thistles are really bad up in here. They grab me. See, that one's dripping over. It's overflowed. So I'm losing valuable liquids here. Valuable sap. Okay, get that back on there. And that's ready to roll. We'll go pour this into the big container. That'll be 15 gallons of sap in that big tank. Actually, altogether, I think I'll have 20 gallons of sap over here boiling down in the 2 containers. It's 5 gallons times 8 pounds. It's almost, what is that? Just short of 50 pounds. It's a heavy bucket. When you're running back and forth, it adds up. The weight adds up on you, on your body. I gotta get that fire roaring. Have to keep that fire going strong. So I decided to just toss this together and start processing, or I'll start losing sap. And I really don't want to do that. Now any deposits and ash from the fire will be filtered out later. Now there's a lot of sap. That's about 20 gallons right there. So once you're done boiling and you filter it out, any ash, any sediment, any particles from the tree itself, you filter out before you then bottle. But that's a different story for a different day. Today we're just gathering sap. Today we're just gathering and harvesting. So we'll go empty these other 2 containers and you'll see what I do every day now. It's not much work, really. Oh, the ants are out. Look at that, the ants are up. Not a good thing. The season of the ants has begun. Look at that dripping. Look at that running out. It's a lot of flow right now. It's flowing like mad. Look at that. The tree is pouring. Can you see that? I hope that shows. That tree is pouring. This is peak flow today. Like I haven't yet seen. Wow. And we've got the others to go get. And I've only got like 15 taps this year. There's another one. Next year I hope to increase the production. There's ants drowning on there. The ants are out. Look at that pouring out of that thing. Just pouring out. The tree is flowing today. Wow. Good stuff. Up to now I've just been processing. I processed 4 pints indoors on my wood stove. Now, I know you should not process maple syrup indoors. I did it indoors on my wood stove only because it's warmer out recently and my stove has been damped right down. So it's a slow boil off. It takes 48 hours to boil off 2 gallons, which is giving me roughly a pint. Oh look, I didn't see that. That one's overflowed. Look at this, overflowing. Oh, it's fast today. Fast. Oh, that one's gonna burst. Look at the pressure in that thing. The tree is putting out pressure. Actual pressure. Look at that. White gold. Out here in the country, that's white gold. That's more value to me than gold anyway, because I can't eat it, I can't drink it, I can't wipe my butt with it. So, last tree. What we got here? Oh no! It got overweighted and it fell off. That's a bummer, it pulled right out. So what I say, I got 20 gallons over there, up at the fire pit, boiling down. 20 gallons, and we'll count what I've got here. I probably got 50 gallons or so. We'll see in a minute. Now it's hot and heavy. Yeah, that needs to be secured. Hopefully that'll sit there. Okay. Cap that off. I've got to empty another jug. Got to find another empty bucket. So 20, 30, 40, 50 gallons. 55 with that bucket there. 55 gallons of sap. There's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 gallons. I got some work to do. So now I've got to figure out, I got to go wash a bucket. So my refrigerator is going to have to go. I've been using a 5-gallon bucket as a fridge. I have to repurpose it. I've got to feed the fire, keep that flow going. Now is cleanup time. Any wood that I have laying around goes into the fire. It's another way to do your spring cleaning. Grab anything along the way, throw it in the fire. See, that fire's going down. It's a fast, busy process. You gotta keep that hot. Feed them in and keep that fire hot. All this old wood, that's what I'm doing with it. That's the rot and decayed lumber from that wood haul I got last summer. Into the fire. Keep it burning. Boil that sap. Some more of these. That's what all these guys are for. That's what I saved this pile for. Of course, this will burn down in a couple days. Then there's that pile. It's supposed to rain at 5, and I'm hoping it does wait that long. And now I got to figure out how to cover this stuff overnight. And I've got to figure out how to continue boiling even if it's raining. Because the sap doesn't stop just because it's raining. Now we've got my 5-gallon refrigerator, which is now going to be emptied out and repurposed. We'll get a non-food grade bucket for that. Wish I knew where the lid was. Gotta get another lid. No lids, no lids. Oh, there's a lid, good. Rainwater. Soap. Scrub it. It's filthy. got to be sterile. Now this is a point, so you got to clean the stuff. Just keep it sterile, keep it clean. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Oh, it's freezing cold. The water's just above freezing. I mean, just above freezing temperature right now. Get the rim. All right, empty, rinse. Alright, clean the lid. Here's the lid. Filthy, of course. It's going to take some cleaning. Soap. And let's clean it. Well, that's the outside edge. That's not so bad. Here's it? No, that's the inside. I don't know. Whatever. Gotta be done. That was used for sap last year. See the hole in it. Maple sap collection last year. Got a couple buckets. I gotta grab, wash. It got exceptionally dirty last summer. I gotta really scrub them. And they'll be able to be brought back into service. Okay, now we can swap that one out. Let me pause, make sure my camera's still going. Hold on a second. Have a issue with my memory card. I might have to contact Sony. Sometimes the memory card comes loose in my camera. Somebody was asking me about the history of this property. Well, from my research, this was cow pasture in the 1700s. So it was all logged out, there were no trees. And then it was logged again, I'm not quite sure when, but it was logged out another time. Maybe 50, 60, less than 100 years ago it was logged out again fully. Oh boy. Don't spill. Look at that flowing. It's really flowing. Okay. Look at that. Pretty clear color. Put that over here towards the back. There we go. Got 55 gallons of sap going right now, all at once. By the end of the day, I'll have a lot more than that. Hopefully, I can burn it off or boil it down in a relatively fast manner, or I'm going to run out of buckets. But with the rain coming, it's going to be a disadvantage here. All kinds of burnable wood down here in the ground. I'll be picking it all up. Spring cleaning. Burn all that wood. Yep, the fire's not happy with me. Gotta keep that fire going. See, this should be boiling furiously. It's steaming, but it's not boiling. Steaming is bad. Boiling is good. I've got to get a furious boil. Of course, raining on my wood all the time is not helping. Not at all. it'll take a while to get the fire going well. I just started it not too long ago. I just put this together not too long ago. And once I get that going well, then we'll have a good boil. Get a furious boil and see if I can maintain it. And try to boil off this sap. So that's it for now. I'm just going to keep working on the fire. Get it built up. I do have another pan, a stainless steel pan. I'm probably going to put on the front and try to extend the fire up further. And boil off even more sap at one time. So a guy owed me some money. And I saw him today and he had a stainless steel restaurant type flat pan. And I needed it. So I deducted it from what he owed me. Makes us both happy. Well, I'll see you guys later. We'll keep on boiling. Maple syrup harvest.